Hey everybody, it's Alex here from Android Headlines, and this is the review of the Moto X. With the Moto X, Motorola is aiming for not the tech geeks like most of us that live on like the Snapdragon 800 or the Exynos 5 octa-core or 3 gigs of RAM or a 5.5 inch 1080p display. What they're aiming for is like the people that go for like the iPhone, which do we really know what the specs of the iPhone are? No, not really. So Motorola's not emphasizing on the specs of the Moto X, they're emphasizing on the experience, which is a good idea because as far as I'm concerned, spec war is over. This thing has a dual core Snapdragon S4 Pro, which is the same chip but the dual core version of what's inside the Nexus 7, this year's Nexus 7, along with last year's Nexus 4. And it is very smooth. As you can see from me going through the OS right here, it's very smooth. And comparing that to the G2, which I just reviewed last week, with the Snapdragon 800 at 2.3 gigahertz, I'd say it's right on par with that thing. It may not be as fast, but it's definitely fast. Moto X is running stock Android. I mean, there's a few differences, like if you go over here, the signal bar is a little bit different. Let's jump into settings. It is running Android 4.2 and it's using the Motorola X8 mobile computing system. So basically there are 8 cores in here, but it's not an 8-core processor. Basically each core does something different. Like there's one for the always listening Google Now thing. They each do different things and it makes it very smooth. So we're going to jump into features, and the first feature we're going to talk about is active display, which we're going to see. Usually if you have your phone laying down on your desk or you take it out of your pocket and flip it over, it'll show up with the clock, and if you have notifications, you'll see the most recent one at the top with the others down here at the bottom. Which I think I can actually show it on the Droid Ultra, which will be the same. If it'll show up again. So you can see these on the Droid Ultra because I haven't been using it this morning. So you see all of those, and then I've got something from SwiftKey up here, which I can unlock and go straight into SwiftKey, or I can go to the bottom and unlock straight into the phone. So it works the exact same on the Moto X, and it'll go on and off for a few minutes, like every, I don't know, I guess it's every 30 seconds it'll go on. It's what they call breathing, which it's a really great feature. You don't realize how good it is until you've been using the Moto X for a while. Because I went to use the G2 last night, and I kept waiting for it to light up, and it never happened because I've gotten used to active display. Another one of the features is touchless control. Now we're going to try and do this without having both phones go off at once, because we're going to have a different video just in testing the speed of both of them. But basically, it's all tied into Google Now. So you could say, "Okay, Google Now, play Eminem." And if it got it right, it should start playing Eminem from the Play Store. And it's counting down. It should be open in a minute. And there we go with some Eminem. And right now you can hear how good the sound is. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. You do have a back speaker right here next to the camera. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and do a hardware tour. So right here in the back, you've got your 10 megapixel clear pixel camera with your speaker grill back here and your flash. Then there's this little dimple with the Motorola logo, which when you're holding it, especially for me, my thumb is usually in there. So I'm usually holding it like that. It is really nice. Like, it's not even like a feature, I guess, it's just a design thing, but I really like it. Now, over here on the left side, you actually have your SIM card slot, which it takes a nano SIM. Then up top, you've got your headphone jack. On the other side, you've got your power button and your volume rocker. Down at the bottom, you've got your micro USB port. Which, speaking of the USB ports, on Motorola, on their chargers, they actually ship a dual one, which is really nice to have, because then you can charge more than one device off of it. And then over onto the front, got your camera over there with your sensors, and then your earpiece up there. There's a microphone hole there. There's also a few on the back. There's one there. I think there's one up top somewhere. And then here's your 4.7 inch 720p AMOLED display. That's the hardware. Some of the other features include like 24-hour battery life, which I think I'm almost at 24 hours now. Yeah, I'm been off the charger for 21 hours, and I've got almost 2 hours on screen. So, I mean, it's not super heavy to use, but it's nice to see that it's going 21 hours, and it's at 27% right now. Some of the other features in here, like Motorola Migrate, which allows you to transfer your contacts, your messages, music, call history, stuff from your old phone, which basically you just set it up, you have to download it on your other phone. There's actually two ways you can do it. You can put them back to back and use NFC to transfer, or if you download Moto Migrate on your old phone, you can use this to scan the QR code that's on that phone, and it'll start transferring it, probably over Wi-Fi or whatever data connection you have. Another one of the features I like is Motorola Assist, which it has 3 different activities. There's driving, meeting, and then sleeping. When you're driving, you can choose for it to talk to you, or you can have it resume music play, like wherever you left off last time you listened to music, which is pretty cool. Although it could get a little creepy. You get in the car, start driving, and then music starts coming on from your phone. The meeting one actually goes off of your Google Calendar, and you can choose to silence it or send an auto reply. And then there's also sleeping, which you can choose what time you're sleeping and to silence it or whatever. And another feature I like is Moto Care. It has all kinds of tutorials and frequently asked questions about the Moto X. It also has live chat, and you can call straight from the app, which is really nice. It also has like tips. It will give you tips like after you've used your phone for a while, once it learns how you use it, which is also pretty cool. But that's the Moto X. We're gonna have the full written review. It'll be up probably over the weekend, so make sure you stay tuned to AndroidHeadlines.com for that.